wanted to do a different kind of video today. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that kind of I see online that happens a lot. So yeah, if you guys want to listen, you guys can. If you guys aren't into rants slash kind of venti stuff, that's okay. You guys can just close this tab. I'm not going to be upset. You guys can go watch someone else. It's okay. So anyways, I'm going to jump into this. So my topic for today is why guinea pigs cannot only go to kids in households. I see this happen somewhat online. I more so see the aftermath than it actually happening. And yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this. So guinea pigs, for a lot of people who don't realize, they actually require a lot of care. They require a lot of dietary stuff. They need to have veggies, and their veggies need to not have a lot of sugar. And fruits and stuff like that. That's all like more of a treaty type thing, like maybe once or twice a week, definitely not every day. So there is that. Guinea pigs also require other things too, like their little pellet feed, and they also require hay. So those are a couple of different responsibilities already that guinea pigs need to have in their diet, and that puts a lot on kids. They also require a lot of care in a lot of different ways, including having the right amount of space of a cage for them. I see a lot of people nowadays online, if they cannot build a CNC cage, they will buy a Midwest cage, which is actually the appropriate size for guinea pigs. But a lot of pet stores still don't carry that cage. A lot of pet stores will kind of carry the more of like a rectangle kind of cage thing, and that's where a lot of guinea pigs who end up having children owners go into, versus something that is bigger and wider and less than planned. So on top of cage size and on top of their hay and their food, they also require a lot of obvious things like hides and places to kind of chill out. One of the other things guinea pigs require a lot of is more of like their essentials. So things that they need is checkups. Like you need to, like at least once a week, you need to be able to check to make sure that their teeth are the right length. One's not longer than the other. They're not misshapen. They're not coming in a weird way. That can be a harder responsibility for kids. One of the other things guinea pigs need is they need their nails trimmed. I think that they grow their nails out pretty long, every 3 weeks or something like that. So you need to trim their nails at least once a month. You can either do that yourself, or as an adult you can do it. You can learn. There's kind of like, especially if their nails are light enough, there's kind of like how humans, my nails are bad, you know how people, our nails kind of get this white area? Guinea pigs get like that too. So obviously their nails need to be trimmed for a lot of different reasons, especially around the fact that they do a lot of cleaning by their eyes. So there's that, and they can scratch their eyes and stuff like that. And it's also not safe because their nails can get really long, and then they can kind of twist and go into their paws themselves. Some of the other things you have to do is you have to weigh them. If they're pregnant, they require different types of care. I have not had a pregnant piggy, so I'm not really too aware of that kind of stuff. But yeah, they do need regular checks of how they're doing. Some of the other things guinea pigs need, especially, I think I've heard that boars, so male guinea pigs, end up getting compacted a lot more than females. So sometimes too that requires a different level of care, such as like more of a warmer tummy bath, and then helping them, you know, pass what they need to pass. So there is that. And care goes hand in hand with vet visits. Vet visits are actually really important to guinea pigs to make sure that their life is long and as healthy as possible. Vets can be very expensive for obvious reasons, and vets also, their medicines and stuff like that can be very expensive. Kids under the age of 10 and so on, they don't really have access to funds and money for that kind of stuff. So a lot of the time, guinea pigs will get neglected in that way. So yeah, there is that kind of whole responsibility around it. A Lastly, this is something I see that happens a lot online, and this is more the aftermath part, is a lot of people, a lot of parents will buy their kids guinea pigs for a birthday or like a holiday, and they will put their guinea pigs up online for sale 3 months to about 6 months down the road, and they'll say like, hey, these are guinea pigs, this is their names, this is how long I've had them. My son or daughter has ended up getting bored of them, they've ended up not taking care of them, and I want to sell them, I want them to go to a good home. Obviously that is a good intent around it, but at the same time, it really just kind of bugs me because you are adopting a creature and you are saying like, look, I'll provide a home for you, I will take care of you, I will love you. And I just think it's really mean to kind of take an animal from a pet store that they're already terrified of, bring them into a house that they're going to be scared of, and then ultimately letting kids play with them until kids get bored of them and then shipping them off to another house. So yeah, those are a couple of reasons why I feel like small children really should not be the sole caregivers to guinea pigs. I think that guinea pigs make wonderful pets. They are really sweet, cute creatures, but I think that they work better in either family households where the sole caregiver, the big person who takes care of them, is the adult. And I also think that guinea pigs, because they're promoted as pets for little kids, that's why a lot of people will buy them for kids. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm sorry, these are kind of just my really small little points and some purple pen, so yeah, and my writing's really messy. I'm so glad you guys cannot see it. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of like my opinion on why small little kids cannot have guinea pigs as pets. I wanted to just thank you guys for listening and watching. And if you guys like my videos, well, you already know what you're supposed to do on YouTube, so there's no point in telling you. And have a nice day. Oh, and if you can think of any reasons that you have seen or from your personal experience on why children should not have guinea pigs as their own pet, let me know in the comments below. And if you are someone who has had a pet as a kid and you thought it was a good experience, you should also just let me know down below. I have had pets as kids, but they were never my responsibility. They were more of a family pet. I had a cat for a long time. He was Mr. Kitty. He was really sweet. So yeah, and my parents looked after him, and eventually he had to be put down. But that was never my responsibility. I used to just play with him. So yeah. Anyways, thank you, and thanks for watching, and bye!